Morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you're at, ladies and gents. I am Kurojiri, your resident tinker and Medarotter, and this is the Medarot News Network, bringing you all the latest developments and happenings with our favorite pet fighting robot series. Now, as we kind of amp up again for collab time, as kind of expected of a month on, month off, every other month routine, it looks like this month around we're collabing with a very big name that is basically a household name no matter where you go across the planet. That can be here in the West, native to Japan, or anywhere else in between. Everyone and their mother knows the name of the fearful, the powerful, and the legendary Godzilla. And since the Big G himself is celebrating 70 years as of this year, as of this year in particular, it looks like he's most certainly going to be making his stomping ground in a lot of places and in a lot of franchises over this next year. Medarot is most certainly going to be no exception to the casualties that will be raining in his path as he stomps along. But this will be a very exciting week for April. This will be a very exciting month of April as far as Medarot is concerned, with only 2 bots going live this week, but yet a large handful of others also sticking around over the course of this month. It's going to be very exciting all the same. That being said, let's go ahead and jump right into what was officially announced for this week, starting of course with the main lineup of who to expect and who will be front-running the Godzilla collab of 2025. The first of which, of course, is the iconic Big G himself, GZL0 Godzilla, with a almost completely new kit of double melt shot, minus attack, dissolve, biped legs, and a new leg ability of meltdown. Now, to explain Godzillara's kit just ever so briefly to save it for the breakdown, essentially, he's going to be specializing in a very centric melt-based kit. So, much akin to Flame, which we've had in the game for quite some time, this is going to be essentially Melt's time to shine. Double Melt Shot basically serving as a shooty version where it'll inflict the user and the target with a melt status. Minus attack we've already seen already with Shadow Armor. Dissolve is basically boosted damage if the user is afflicted with a melt status. And Meltdown is a new leg ability that when taking damage from a melt-based attribute and a negative ailment, you will restore back the HP you lost from that, and you get a leg stats plus bonus stacking a handful of times. So, Godzilla in particular is going to be a very powerful force to be reckoned with, especially when it comes to guaranteeing that he's going to last as long as possible, no matter how hot or how under the collar he tends to get. Of course, where's Godzilla without his iconic partner of the legendary Mothra, with GZL02, Seraph Moth, with a kit we've already seen thus far of all normal skills with Emit Shot, Zetai Guard, Replay Shot, Flight Legs, and Barrage. So while Seraph Moth is not introducing anything brand new, as say Godzilla is, it's still going to be a very powerful kit all the same, with Emit Shot being an extremely powerful shooting attack that does require CG to use, Zetai Guard for your ultimate and end-all be-all protection needs of any particular segment or general use, and Replay Shot for enforcing replay encore statuses on enemies to kind of really throw off their game. Then, of course, Flight Legs with Barrage mean that Seraph Moth can negate its own anti-air weakness as long as it charges Metaforce at least one time with the application of Anti-Jammer. So it's going to be a very busy week just to start us off here on the first week of the Godzilla collab, but that is not the only surprise that is coming our way as well. As far as boosted rates are concerned for both banners this week, it's going to be a couple familiar faces that are not quite leaving just yet. We just had Archbeetle D and Tyrell Beetle, the regular, not crafty mode versions, in the PvP over this last month of March for their special spring skins. But this month, we're going to be specializing in the boosted rates for both Godzilla and for Seraph Moth. But, just to go over them briefly, Archbeetle D at KBT-06 is Laser, Rifle, Gatling, Biped Legs, and B-Loader, with a meta change kit of Hyper Beam, Power Rifle, Mega Gatling, Flight Legs, and Adapter. And Tyrell Beetle at KWG-06 with Desperate, Double Beam Sword, Biped Legs, and Fortress, who can transform and gain Laser, Break, Napalm, Wield Legs, and also with Adapter. Now, it is also worth noting that these are not the crafty mode versions, like I said, but it is also worth noting that both of these versions have access to tune-up bonuses, which means that they're going to be hitting just a little bit harder than normal with some extra permanent perks if you are willing to invest the time in raising them and building them up all the same. So it's going to be a very good bonus week all this week as well, since you can pull either of these in either a Seraph Moth or Godzill's banners as well. Now, as far as fierce battles are concerned, it's going to be a mixed utility between male and female week as well. Starting this lineup on the top row is OWL03 Medarot with Laser, Free Shot, Press, Float Legs, and Torturer. We have SPR0 Blue Corundum with Optic Guard, Press, Beam, Sea Legs, and Brilliance, and SCB0 Kana Banban with Triple Bug, Multi-Legs, and Spearhead. On the bottom row, we have PCP0 War Medley with Optic Guard, Double Napalm, Tank Legs, and Heavy Arms. GBK01 Melody Beats with Super Repair, Wave, Missile, Multi-Legs, and All-Rounder. And BTA0 Mekong Narob with Guard Boost, Double Provoke, Sea Legs, and Blow Beat. So honestly, it's going to be a very mixed utility week, like I said, with a lot of very solid parts between all 6 models, if I'm being honest. Ultimately, though, I do have to give MVP of the week to Medarot yet again, primarily because Free Shot is exclusive and, not exclusive, but extremely useful, basically anywhere you choose to put it on the team, especially if you're a newcomer or new player that's still trying to build a parts library. And with you only need to raise it up to 3-star at the very minimum, it doesn't really need to have boosted stats or anything else, since raising the part rarity just raises its base power and heat pool, but it still has the chance of freezing enemies all the same for free hits and free crits on top of that. Blue Corundum for Sea Legs and Brilliance is really nice as well, Kana Banban with Triple Bug for your turn skipping needs, and Multi-Legs with a passive heat bonus, War Medley for your tank legs with heavy arms, Melody Beat with Multi-Legs and All-Rounder if you choose to use them, and Mekong Narob for your mixed range or rather unique aggro defense, aggro shield needs as well. So lots of very good parts as well, worth farming all of them just for the sake of having them, but Medarot is ultimately going to be the MVP of the week as far as who you want to farm for the most, and parts you want to keep on the forefront and ready. Now, as always with every other collaboration, we are getting a pair of limited-time collab Medarotters as well, this time featuring an Arika and Karen with some specialized bonuses, also to celebrate the 70th anniversary of Godzilla. Arika in particular will give you a damage dealt by 1.4 bonus and a crit rate by 60% boost, but at the cost of nuking your evade at an 80% for 1 turn. So this means that if you are planning to make your hit count, this is the best way to do it, but you need to be prepared for the fact that you are likely going to be punished on your cooldown unless you have somebody covering the backside. Unless, of course, if you have a shielder on standby ready to go, this weakness is more or less kind of negated, but still worth keeping in mind all the same. Karen, on the other hand, will reduce anti-air and anti-sea damage by 60% when fully raised, and will also buff mobility by 15% for 3 turns or until attacked. So this will be really good for your flight or your sea legs as well, to basically serve as a coverage so that nobody can nuke you with anti-air, anti-sea as quickly, as long as you can get that thing, get it powered on. And an extra speed boost on top of that never hurts as well, because the higher that bonus, the more potent that 50% will be once it does officially in. Plus, with it only being for 3 turns, it means you can most certainly make the use of this aura unless attacked, as long as you can keep whichever one happens first. Now, as it was revealed in the PV as well, we are getting a lot of paid skins this time around as well. This time around, for the first week of the Godzilla collaboration, Godzilla and Seraph Moth will be getting 2 exclusive skins through the in-game merch shop, as you see here. And I have to say, it's definitely going to be making a lot of unique references this time around as far as paid skins and alternative cosmetics are concerned. Both of them are very powerful looking skins and very nice looking too. It is also worth noting that, as a friendly reminder, if you buy the skin, it does not give you the model. You will need to have the model first if you plan to use the skin. Otherwise, it'll just look pretty in your library until you end up snagging them. And as far as price is concerned, it's not going to be super expensive really. I'd say under $20 at the most as far as USD is concerned, especially with the yen being very, very low right now. So I'm not advocating that you should make purchases in games, but if you do choose to go after them and you pick up Godzilla or Seraph Moth, they are both here available at your use. We are also getting a first wave of a collab Super Invasion featuring the iconic first 2 frontrunners themselves. More than likely, it's going to be a very simple rule of overclocked metals, so very easy free 10 rubies and a profile banner as you see here. So not really anything worth mentioning or highlighting as far as this is concerned. Kind of the same rinse and repeat as it is with every collaboration. Go in and sweep it, get your free rewards, and you have some extra chances toward gacha pulls over the course of the month. Now we're also getting the first wave of the collaboration event to showcase the first two new models as well. This time around, and I'm kind of beginning to wonder if there's been something forgetful on the production side on the main channel, because this is kind of the second week in a row that we've been given information, or lack, I should say, information on event rewards that were not presented in the main coverage. So I'm really hoping that they're going to clean this up quick, because I do kind of need that news in order to make coverages on them, and I'm hoping that it's just kind of a... But, anyway, as far as the first wave of the event is concerned, it's going to be a score attack, where we have the opportunity to earn the Whale Medal. No information, unfortunately, as you see here, so hopefully that'll get fixed quick. You can also earn profile banners featuring Godzilla and Mothra themselves, and of course the monthly gacha and event tickets as well with other rewards. The event, like I said, is Score Attack, which means you go in with pure sets encouraged to basically cap out the score as high as you can, and basically just farm it indefinitely for bonuses. Now, again, no slides were given as far as who's offering what bonuses, so these are largely very educated guesses based on previous score attacks and how they choose to behave with them. But of course, Godzilla and Seraph Moth will give you that roughly a 15% bonus per part equipped for a 60% each. Mid-level bonuses, which is about 9% per part, will be Arc Beetle D and Tyrell Beetle, with some extra bonuses from Deer Stage, Hikara Mate, Gal Gal Marmo, Death Glare, and Dead Quasar. And the low bonuses essentially are your fierce battles, so Medarova, Blue Corundum, Kanabunbun, War Headley, Melody Beat, and Mekong Naro. Now, there are also likely Medarauder bonuses as well. The collab, Arika, and Karen, of course, will give you some extra bonuses for the high level, but again, it's kind of hard telling since we don't have any slides to verify the educated guesses you hear. So basically, try to pick anything from this list in particular, and if you get extra bonuses out of it, great. If not, well, this is at least going to be the guaranteed minimum based on previous patterns. Now, as far as Arika is concerned, though, it's strange it took them 5 years to do it, but we're also getting a standard SR rank Arika that is joining the permanent Medarauder banner. Her skill in particular will boost the use of left arm or drive C heating by 250, maximum 3 stacks, for every use of the right arm or drive B. So a very good utility base for kind of alternating between high-speed arms. With bonuses there you see for arms at the HP bonuses and a resist there for your legs as well, guaranteeing to give you just a little bit more resistance and bulk when equipped to your model on the field. Now, as far as the April PvP rewards are concerned, we do have a couple new models going live there as well. Full uniform style Deer Stage and Hikara Mate will be going live this week as well in the online PvP rewards, with a rerun reward of the Easter style Gao Gao Marmot from last year. We also have reruns of the Easter style Death Glare and Dead Quasar also going live in the skin shop. So if you did not have a chance to collect them last year, this is a good opportunity for you to pick those up, and good chances at the current ones as well over the month of April. Now, as far as Meta Survivor is concerned, it's not really going to be anything new as of current. The Azu Ruler and Arc Beetle event will be carrying into Week 2, with all event bonuses being refreshed and being re-geared toward Arc Beetle specifically. So, nothing real special there. Farm it for as many points as you can that you can redeem for boxes and extra rewards. There also are likely new features they did announce coming through April as well, such as a Pixel Cards. Not 100% sure what this is going to be about, but brief translations did mention it's something having to do with passive bonuses, so likely some extra passives on top of that, permanent passives, it's kind of hard to tell. We will have to see when that feature does go live, and I will be adding it to the beginner's guide for Meta Survivor once it does officially launch. Now, as far as community stuff is concerned, stepping away from the game, we are always looking for translators to assist us with any current projects or endeavors. This includes any new projects such as Medarot 4 or any of the manga projects. So if you are knowledgeable in Japanese, coding, cleaning, or even translating, we are always open and appreciative of any help you're able to provide. Or if you know somebody that's knowledgeable in these skills and would like to help as well. Alternatively, if you do not know anybody or do not have talents of your own, you are also more than welcome to donate to the cause with a link to Variant's crowdfunding below, where we can also commission some of those extra lines of text to be translated on our behalf. This will make the job on the translators just a little bit easier in the long run, so the less they have to do, the more they can focus on tile setting and basically cleaning it up to look nice for the final product once 4 is completely done. Now, there is going to be no real art of the week this week in particular while I'm kind of gearing back into that, but as far as I myself am concerned, I will be guesting on my dear friend Sane's channel this coming Thursday, 2 days from now, at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, 8 p.m. time, as you see here, for a indie games discussion and friendly chat with a handful of other content creators. So while I will not be live on my channel, I will be providing a link to Sane's on the night that the stream does go live. So I do hope to keep you guys to have you guys all tune into that one and show your support. Sane's been a great friend of mine, collab with me and me with them a number of times over the course of my streaming career in particular. So always a treat to spend some time with a good friend, and I highly encourage going to follow Sane when you get the opportunity. Now, one final note before I do wrap us up, as a friendly reminder, I am always open for commissions. So if you are looking for any art stuff for live 2D models ready to rig, 3D models with the works, standard art, or even emotes as well, I offer bundles, bonuses, and the prices will also scale up or down relative to how expensive they may be. So if you are looking for something, you are more than welcome to reach out to me on Discord, Twitter, or on Blue Sky. Ask for it, and we can most certainly try to make something happen. I will do just about anything as you see here, and I feel fairly solid and proficient in mecha, which, oddly enough, not a lot of artists tend to specialize. But I also, of course, will not do anything NSFW for, so just something to keep in mind. But with all that being said, that does basically cover everything for this week's episode. So that does, again, it is going to be a very exciting week as far as, and month as far as April is concerned, as we celebrate 70 years of the OG Godzilla himself, with lots of familiar faces from that franchise. But if you'd like to know more, you can follow us below on Facebook at the Medarot News Network page, or the Metabots Forever community I do also manage at over 43,000 members and growing. You can also join us on Discord in the link provided and in the comments below to keep an even closer ear to the ground on the action. This includes any new links to merchandise, fan art, contests, my weekly episodes, or anything else of the like. That is the first place you're going to hear it before it goes anywhere else on the net. You can also reach out to me, like I said, on Twitter, Discord, or Blue Sky at ItsuGamiKura for any questions, feedback, comments, suggestions, or anything else. If you'd like to commission me or even collaborate with me, whether having you here on my channel or having me stop in on yours for a friendly chat or game, I'm always happy to coordinate. Do also follow my friend Sane, like I said, for support to their channel, and of course tuning in with me and everyone else for that indie games discussion this coming Thursday, and of course the official Medarot page on Twitter at Medarotcha. But with all that being said, as always, I do appreciate you all for stopping in, just as you always do. And until next time, this is your host, Kura Itsugami of the Medarot News Network, signing out.